All right, back across the road, getting ready to do chores. A lady asked me about our rabbit setup, and thought we hadn't videoed that in a while. So this here isn't supposed to be here. That was an add-on because we need more cage space. So there we go. Well, the plan is to build another one of these. This thing has worked out fantastic. Our PVC feeders we use pretty much everywhere. They're back-to-back. Let me see it. They're back-to-back cages. Standard Tractor Supply 30 by 36. They're 100% hanging, except for there is a brace in the middle. But other than that, they're just attached together, so we don't have the buildup problem quite as bad. That one over there, pretty bad. It's on a bucket right now, which does catch some water off the roof. Very old cheap 5/16 hose and nipple system. We are switching. I actually just got it into a black hose that'll help with the algae. And also, future plans with this is we're gonna do a gutter and double barrel 4-inch with a T. Should hold about 16 gallons. And we'll feed off of that, and it'll distribute the weight. It'll actually be hung off the braces here when I get around to that. Because we got a trip coming up, and we're just trying to get everything where it can last without being babysat. We can just be checked by somebody while we're gone. And if I can show you, yeah, got some babies in there. These are mostly part of these are the old rescue rabbits. We still have a few, the ones we didn't weed out, and part of those are bred. And after this, we may get rid of some of them. I don't know. We'll see. Since we brought the chinchillas out, which I don't even think I actually did a video on, we may just kind of consolidate down to a few colored varieties and silver fox and chinchillas. But anyway, this is the main setup, and I'll show you our semi-temporary permanent ones we haven't finished up. And I don't know if you can tell, it's just a metal roof, just cheap. There's the roofing for the next one. And it's got a radiant barrier, which helps with the heat. The fact it's open really helps with the heat in the summer, even though we do try to put this structure in the shade. It's not gonna stay here. We're actually gonna move it this year. And if you wanted to in the winter, you could do drape cloths, but rabbits handle winter here very well. All right, I'm gonna patch this together with the next clip of our other setup. All right, I'm gonna try not to make this too sloppy. Just redid all the tarps and changed the design. They used to be flat roofed. The camera's a little foggy. That's the sight glass that comes off of there. Water level's down to about here. Gonna have to refill it. We have been refilling this every day. It's on 4 rabbits. It's a 12-foot piece of 4-inch PVC, holds about 8 gallons. The domed roof helps with pooling on top, and also gives a place for that. They were on a bucket system hanging from that little tripod, and I don't like the bucket. I just don't. So been looking for an alternative, come up with this. These pairs will be broke apart, and we're gonna pretty much do 4 cage setups on anything that's not in the big shelter format I just showed you. And we're probably gonna do buck doe and then a joined grow out pen on the future ones. These are just on sawhorses and 2x4s. Not great, but they were over there. We wanted to move them in the garden for the winter, which we haven't planted yet. Got a few weeds in there. We're getting ready to surface till it, add compost, and plant the little small triangle garden. She's been pulling hair. We've read most of our does and didn't get. She's got some little ones in there, but I'm worried because she didn't pull a whole lot of hair. Oh, what we got? That's a New Zealand. Looks kind of like a wild one to me. That's a New Zealand. Silver fox buck, New Zealand buck. That's a silver fox at the end. That's a silver fox doe, silver fox doe, silver fox doe. All right. And walk down here real quick. So, oh yeah, add a little bit of shawazzle to it. Put some bright colored sunshades, bring some color in the mix. All right, this is a setup I just started. I built it small, and then after the fact, I decided I should have just done 12 footers like all the rest of them. But I thought it'd be easy to put it in small places. I specifically built it wide enough to go over top of the beds in that garden. So anyway, same thing, hoop setup on the top, white of course to keep the heat down, our normal PVC feeders. That's the chinchilla, and she has a good litter in there. This is her water setup. Same thing we use on the ones on the hill and the pasture pens, and I'll show you that. All right, let me bump from this clip. All right, pasture pens. This one, the dogs tore the side of it off. So the previous owner that had all these built, they're all kind of the same. Would have been great for that wire to continue under that cheap plastic roofing. But anyway, so, and we do have coccidia here. It is an issue. It doesn't seem to bother the adult ones. They haven't been in here too long. The plan is to put all the chinchilla breeders into a big pen, or the pens I mentioned in the last little clip, and keep them off the ground for breeders, put the grow outs in a version of this that we're developing, because they're okay, they're not great. The rabbits like it. They lounge around, they get sun, that's good, except in the winter of course. These are all on 16-inch pieces of 4-inch PVC. Just a simple air hose fitting in there. You can use a barbed one too. And standard nipple. Holds about 1.5 gallons. We fill them up every day or so. Same PVC feeders. That's the way to go. Forget those metal things. They're weatherproof. The rabbits don't chew on them. They can access their food easy. They work great. We even have quail in one. We were trying the pastured quail, which has not went well. We've lost almost all the birds, and now we're down to, out of the 19 birds we overwintered, we had a cat issue. They killed most of them, and so that's why this one has electric wire all around it, and an 18-mile charger on about 20 feet of wire, so she's hot. So we have no more cat issues, but the quail have been dying. Not sure why. Only thing I did different is I put a quail nipple instead of a rabbit nipple. So I'm not sure if they're getting sick or what. And this is a modified feeder, so the quail can access it. These are Caternix. And we currently have, I think, 75 eggs in the incubator. But right now we only have 3 adults. And we really wanted to pasture them. Y'all have seen our battery setup. Not great. I don't really like it. It works really well, but I just don't like it. For the birds, we did the hoop houses. That works okay, but daggone, I wanted them to get out, get some ground contact, some sun. Sun's good for everything, including us. Anyway, so we kind of have them dispersed. There's one up there, one here, all around. Some poultry netting, which is good for certain applications, but that stuff sucks. Whoever come up with that stuff, it's better than Velcro. It sticks to everything. If you try to drag that roll across here, you will catch everything known to man. Stumps, sticks, rocks, everything. And they drive you crazy. But anyway, it's good for a few applications. This one here, it's older. The carry handle, which I don't even know if I mentioned. So, carry handle. They had PVC, I think, to originally help them slide them around, but they went to a stationary model. They tried to do, let me back up a little bit. 10 years ago, maybe longer than 10 years ago, we tried to do pastured rabbits. I had a rabbit tractor. It was 2 foot by 2 foot by 8 foot. It was square, wasn't this nice. And that was a disaster. I tried and tried and tried, and you lose rabbits. Coccidia gets them. I gave up on it. So the couple that came up with these pens carried on that. We were friends, and so they carried on that attempt for 10 more years. And ultimately they decided to go back to a hybrid system to where they kept breeders in cages, and they actually had like garden bed boxes built the same size as these, but they were stationary. So they were all in a row, and basically they just filled them with hay and left the rabbits in there, let the mamas raise the little ones in there, and then butchered them as needed, or if they were, I don't know if they actually sold or not. Anyway, but they had some health stuff going on and wanted out of it. So we wanted some chinchillas again, and so we bought what they had. Good healthy rabbits. We do have some dig out issues. There is nothing in the bottom of these, so you have to really be careful. Little undulations, if you like that big word, like that right there. They will get out of there. They don't take much digging for a rabbit to fit through that. We try to move them every day, or the very most every other day, depending on how much grass they've eaten. And it does dramatically cut down on feed. So that's the good side of it. But they're all pretty much exactly the same. There's a few variations. We're not going to repair these. We're going to use these as a pattern and design a new one. Combining what we like about these and trying to fix what we don't like about them, which I'm sure won't be perfect then either. But anyway, so there you go. That's a rabbit setup. 3 variations, 3 different ways, all working together. And if I didn't say it, the plan is to put the grow outs in these, or a version of these. All right, that's it. We don't talk about it, fellas. We do it. Fellas, ladies, whoever's watching. We're serious. Y'all get serious. Thank y'all for watching.